You ever notice how in Acumatica implementations sometimes, like what seems like a pretty simple customization can become like a huge headache?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, we've all run into that, I think, right?
definitely.
Trying to figure out why maybe like a checkbox isn't doing what it's supposed to,
Yeah.
or why an event handler is causing some kind of weird issue.
Yeah,
It's like incredibly frustrating and you can just spend so much time on it.
absolutely. And those, what you think are small glitches can really throw a wrench into the whole process.
Totally. And that is why I'm really excited to have you here today. We're going to kind of go deep on a specific case study that really illustrates this whole problem. And to walk us through all of this, we have someone with tons of experience in tackling these Acumatica challenges. Farhana, a senior software engineer at Tiana Solutions.
Yeah.
She's seen it all, worked on like over 1,000 different scenarios.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Farhana's expertise is really remarkable, and the case that we're going to talk about today really shows how even a simple customization can have consequences that you don't expect. She was working with a client who had a checkbox on their opportunity screen.
Okay.
It was labeled Marked for Print. And basically the idea was when this box was checked, it would update other fields on the screen.
All right. So far, so good. Seems pretty straightforward.
Right.
What went wrong?
Well, instead of working the way it was supposed to, clicking that checkbox either did nothing,
Oh.
or even stranger, it would trigger the opposite of what it should have done.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine the confusion for the person using it?
Yeah, that is definitely not what you want.
No.
So why would something as simple as a checkbox do something so crazy?
So that's what Farhana had to figure out.
Right.
She went into the customization logic and she found a field updated event handler that was connected to that checkbox.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with this, a field updated event handler is a piece of code that runs automatically anytime a certain field on the screen is changed.
Right. Event handlers are so powerful and Acumatic,
They are.
but I can totally see how they could cause issues if they're not set up the right way.
Exactly. And in this case, there was one line of code in that event handler that was the problem.
Okay.
It was a database update command that was trying to run right there inside the field updated event.
Wait, a database update command?
Yeah.
In that specific event handler?
Uh-huh.
That sounds like it could cause some serious problems.
It did, for sure.
Yeah.
You see, certain actions like database updates shouldn't be triggered directly from a field updated event handler.
Okay.
It really messes up the natural flow of things in Acumatica.
Well, how did Farhana fix this?
It really was kind of an elegant solution, actually. She just commented out that bad code recompiled the customization and gave the client a new package, and that was it. Problem solved.
Wow. So like a tiny change had a big impact, huh?
Uh-huh.
This really shows how important it is to understand not just what your code does, but like when and where it actually runs in Acumatica.
Right.
It's subtle, but it's super important.
It is, yeah, and that's...
Don't be afraid to really dig in and understand what's going on behind the scenes in your Acumatica customizations. And if you're ever not sure, just ask for help. This deep dive has definitely given me, and I hope all our listeners, a lot to think about. It's a good reminder that even the most experienced Acumatica consultants can always learn something new, and that expert advice can be really helpful.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where Tiana Solutions comes in.
So for all our Acumatica consultant listeners out there, remember, if you're ever wrestling with a customization and it's got you stumped, don't be afraid to reach out for help.
Yeah.
Tiana Solutions is just a phone call away at 678-910-2774.
And they might have just the solution you need to get your Acumatica implementation back on track.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And until next time, happy customizing, everyone.